New season starting today? Yes, it is. The new season is starting in an hour and 13 minutes. We have a stream to watch before that. Good summary of all big things happen after Shadowkeep release. The short version is, so Shadowkeep comes out, story-wise. We stop the resurrection of the big dude in the Pit of Heresy. I forget his name. We do that. And we meet the pyramid ships. We collect an artifact from inside of it, and continue to fight nightmares. Then after that, in the Season of the Undying, the artifact starts talking to us, which, you know, that's fine, I'm sure. And we push back the Vex invasion by beating the shit out of a Warmind millions of times in every reality it creates until it gets dunked on. Then, in Season of Dawn, we find out that a certain, old man named Osiris is like, I want to save my best friend. Help me do it, Guardian. And so you do, and he has a machine that basically is just a space blender. And you walk inside of it, and he sends you back and forward through time and all that shit. Then you save Saint 14. He likes pigeons. He then flies to the tower and is like, I could talk to Osiris some more, but I'm going to live here where he's not, which I think is still kind of weird. Then he's like, hey, go do this Trial of Osiris thing. Here, go beat the shit out of each other. Good job. Thumbs up. And then you find out that via some weird, crazy tech that apparently you visit your own grave, and there's a sword on top of it, and you find the Bastion. That hasn't really been explained yet, but that happened. And then in this season, Season of the Worthy, nothing happened and we blew up the Almighty. That was some good timing. You can't even argue at how good that timing was. Music though, dude. Oh yeah, I forgot we learned about Rasputin too, but you know. Oh boy. How do I hold all this belt? Listen, it showed my raids, so I had to flex. I'm gonna be honest. I've flexed that belt about once a day the past week. To be fair, it's flex worthy. See the reveal here? Yes, you can, Yoda. They're allowing us to co-stream it. So if you don't want to go to Bungie's chat and you want to hang out with me, right here. You're good. By the way, chat, thank you for the subs and resubs that with the alerts being off. But, you know, alerts are off so that way we can pay attention and all that kind of stuff. Face cam on or face cam off. People like my face cam being on, so it will be on. I might like pop it off if there's like something on screen that we want to look at together, but I'm gonna probably keep it on most of the time. Will I be talking or just watching? Both. This is new.
It's certainly difficult to be away from all the folks that you work with day to day. You know, it's kind of like a family.
This is a company that talks about its people first. It talks about values. It talks about really, really caring. That is true.
When you look at the number of things we were able to accomplish in a pretty short period of time, it's a testament to all the skills and passion at all levels of the company.
The Bungie Foundation has been really busy, hard at work, and we wanted to make sure that our families, especially the most vulnerable families in our community, would be able to be taken care of in that time.
So we asked ourselves, well, what can we do for kids in the area? So we actually partnered with Boys and Girls Club in the area to help provide food for kids who were no longer going to school.
They are serving about 500 meals per day. And at this point, since the middle of March, that actually equates to about 30,000 meals that they provided for families in the Bellevue community.
Bungie Foundation, thank you. Thank you, Bungie Foundation.
It's incredible stuff, but being able to use our infrastructure to support that. And then, of course, the huge effort with direct relief.
We partnered with Direct Relief, and we wanted to find a way to support those who have been probably some of the most hardest hit in this pandemic, which are our frontline healthcare workers. So we spun up a month-long fundraiser, and we set a goal of $700,000 to be raised in that period of time, and we've already reached our goal, which is really exciting.
One thing that's really become clear to me is how much we're all driven by that mission of we create worlds that inspire friendship. And I think it also says something about how much everyone cares about each other here.
The fact that they are willing to put their money where their mouth is to support the quality of life of the individuals that work for the studio.
I think Bungie is amazing. I look at the situation that other people are in. People are getting laid off, can't pay their bills. Bungie's made this commitment to each one of us.
I want to say thank you to the entire studio because I had the great privilege to be part of this awesome team and this awesome company. And
that dog is also super
I can't say
cool.
enough about that.
The thing that I've learned the most from this is doing the right thing and prioritizing people's health and well-being has a rippling effect. I think that we'll see that in the game, and I think we'll see that in the community for years to come.
That was new armor, I think. But I don't want to detract from the awesomeness that was that message. Oh, this is... Okay, this is like current stuff now. Stare bunkers and towers. I'm going to get ready to potentially screenshot. Real quick. I'm ready. Trials. Season of arrivals. Today. Plural. Boop. New face came up? No, I'm not going to. We'll be good. It's happening. Seconds! Ah! I'm ready. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, kick it. Bold move. That's some good shit.
Welcome.
I thought, oh, I didn't turn it off on this screen. Oh shit, well that's embarrassing. I feel bad. This is an amazing example of someone using their platform to spread awareness. This is where you have probably the most amount of your viewer base watching. And they didn't tag this on at the end. They didn't start it right at the start where not everyone's at. They started it right at what I would say is almost the peak moment. So this is great.
This will do.
Did they really, Lady D? That's amazing. But yeah, chat. I guess because we have about 6.5 minutes, we can chat really quick. Racism and racial injustice is real, chat. It's not fake. It's not a made-up thing about people trying to be lazy to take your jobs. It's not about people trying to monopolize some kind of system to get ahead because they hate you because you're white or you're whatever. In America, at least, I can't speak for every other country. Systemic racism exists in policing, in education, in every facet of life. You know, business, everything. And enough's enough. Which, granted, that was true years and years and years ago. But all those links they have, fantastic for donating. If you have any questions about maybe where some of that stuff goes, there's some amazing charity websites that do all kinds of reviews about where the money goes and stuff like that if you don't trust them. But I guarantee you, they've all been vetted, all that kind of stuff. Bungie wouldn't just post these here without any kind of reason. I did originally, because this was like last week, a lot of the bailout programs for all the protesters who are going out and supporting these voices who are being, you know, put in prison, or sorry, not put in prison, but I guess put in temporary holding for relatively no reason. But yeah, I wish I had more to say. We've been talking about this a lot, but yeah, this is awesome. This is great. I'm happy that they are using their platform and being a good example for what game developers can do. I don't want to meme. I almost took a picture for 420. I'm not trying to meme. Just want to take a picture so that way I can also promote it as best as I can on my media channels.
have agents in the city. It's the only explanation.
The universe is getting dangerous. It's nothing a few surgical...
Me also, your wife did? What? Figure something out, check his Twitter. I'm all right, Maestro man. I'm gonna focus on this. I think this is more important. I'll let Bungie talk about the stuff they want to show off in the coming minutes, but I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna mute my phone too. Watching the time tick by makes it feel like forever. Yeah. It is. It really is. One thing that I think is incredibly important to think about, too, is how nobody did anything. It's fucked up.
All of them? The targets don't know they're targets till you get there.
It's really, really fucked up. I know we're about to go into some really exciting stuff, but like, seriously, that was really powerful, and I'm happy they did that. I don't know of another company recently who's done anything quite like that. At least for something that is qualifiably one of their biggest advertising media moments, to take time out of that to talk about social issues. I'm incredibly proud to be a fan of this company. Pre-recorded interview footage.
I'm the Destiny 2 general manager.
I'm Luke Smith, and I'm the Destiny 2 game director.
Before we started the show today, we wanted to just acknowledge the circumstances and the unprecedented times we're in. This is not how we had planned this several months ago, to talk about the future of Destiny 2 and reveal where we're headed with the team. You know, this show's not how we planned it. We're building the game, not how we planned it, from our living rooms and, you know, basements and with our kids and our dogs and all sorts of stuff on our laps while we're trying to make this game.
Yeah, there's like an inherent weirdness to this. Even the weirdness of, you know, this is the first time I've seen you in person in the last like probably 3 months, and I don't know if people know, but outside of the show that is work, like those are actually pretty close. Like we hang out, we talk all the time. Our significant others are buddies, like, and so you know, it's super weird just to see you in person.
Yeah, not on a screen.
Yeah, not on this little like Zoom screen on an iPad or something. Like it's just totally bizarre.
Yeah.
This is not how we envisioned this, and certainly our hope was that it would be more than just us two talking about this stuff. And over the course of the summer, a bunch more folks from the team are gonna talk about what we're up to and what we're gonna be up to.
Let's get the show started.
All right. We're just going right into like the trailer, huh? Or I guess trailers. It's the drifter ship. Eris. There's a really cool video of this being really very cinematically shot for shot of like the original Destiny 1 reveal trailer. It's very similar to this. Okay, this is new. Ah! I know you! Are they all gonna be meeting and then doing dope shit? Also, she's good at driving. Oh my god. I have so many goosebumps right now.
This is what I brought you here to see.
Is that... what is that? Is that a weird ghost? It's a ghost that got fused with the ship. Also, Beyond Light. September 22nd. Also pre-order now. Like, really, though?
So,
I'm gonna retweet that.
Luke, is
oh
it
my
finally
god.
time to explain?
You know,
He
listen,
made
like
the
some
joke!
jerk said that we were done with the Stranger story, and as you get back into Destiny and you keep like looking around and finding stones to uncover, a character who says that she's not forged in light, and where the two of you meet, ground can break, becomes a pretty interesting tool to leverage here in Destiny 2 Beyond Light and going forward. You know, it is the beginning of a brand new era in Destiny 2.
Actually gonna see if we can pre-order
This fall,
right now.
you're going to discover Europa, a brand new destination, and one of the first destinations we envisioned long ago when Destiny began.
Okay.
This is the
Really?
birthplace of the Exo and the site of a newly active pyramid ship. As a player, you're going to face Aramis, a fallen warrior wielding a brand new power born from a very ancient darkness.
Like you, Aramis is a leader, but unlike
Okay.
you, she seeks revenge against the Traveler first, scattering her people's once great houses to the cosmic winds.
It's up to you to confront Aramis and her growing empire on the
Well
frozen
then.
battlegrounds of Europa. And it's up to you to go beyond and
Following, I
discover
guess.
long dormant secrets hidden beneath the surface in places lost to time, like
The Deep Stone Crypt.
yes, there you go.
That one I
Lore
heard of.
corner.
That one I heard of, yeah.
Doing it. There's a lot more to Europa than you might imagine. And here's your first look at gameplay from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
They're
Where I come
wrapping
from,
up
the
and
darkness
story
ends.
ends.
I have
Finally!
witnessed this firsthand. I refuse to let it happen again.
Closure.
It's time the truth presented itself to you. Darkness resides within, beckoning you. This is a truth we cannot hide from. And so we must embrace it. The line between light and dark is so very thin. Let's cross it together.
Those are that looked like an ice subclass. Yo!
I will give these guardians the destruction they crave.
All right, there we go. New subclasses. I don't even know if it's darkness, but maybe it is. I don't know. I just saw ice.
Man, it's time to wield the darkness. We've been waiting.
Nope.
Destiny 2 Beyond Light ships to all currently supported
He said
platforms on September 22nd this year. And it kicks off a new era in Destiny where players will discover the true nature of the light and the dark. Not just walking the thin line between, but wielding the darkness itself as a weapon with stasis.
And we did just get like a very brief look at that today. And
stasis.
Obviously, we're going to end up showing more throughout the course of the summer. And the other thing is stasis, this new power, isn't just going to be Guardian's supers and abilities. It's a brand new damage type. So that means it's going to ultimately sit alongside Solar.
It's a brand new damage type.
As the first new element we've introduced to the game since the original Destiny release way back in 2014.
This is a big deal. It's a big deal to add this to
yes,
the
it
universe.
is. That's a huge fucking deal.
Today, yeah, you got a glimpse of this new power, and it's definitely the pursuit and acquisition and the player's ability to wield it. It's something that's going to be woven in through the narrative of the game. Like, the game is kind of a collision course between you and Aramis, and we're going to show you a bunch more about stasis later in the year.
Because though we're excited about what we're delivering this fall, we did say that Destiny 2 Beyond Light was the beginning of a new era.
What does that mean? Well, it means that we're thinking about Destiny beyond just any given year and thinking about it over time. And so we want to take a look into kind of the long future of Destiny. But when you want to look ahead, like we're about to do, it all starts back at the beginning.
Oh my god, dude. Oh. It's the trailer I was talking about. This is the one where you match it to where the Eras and the Drifter stuff.
And its arrival changed us forever.
Eyes up, Guardian.
You must push back the darkness. Guardians are fighting on Earth and beyond. Join them.
6 of us went down into the pit. In the end, they all bowed before me. We have slain his brood. We have murdered his son. And now the Taken King comes for us all.
We thought we were indestructible.
Oh my god, every time you get those chords in that music, it's so iconic.
Brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. I am Gaul. And your light is mine.
Without the light, are we even Guardians anymore?
We should have been there.
Any last words? I'm coming home, Ace. So, this is to be a reckoning.
Oh my god.
How long has it sat in silence, watching us? It seems those responsible for our collapse are coming back.
We've been waiting.
We are your salvation.
Dude, that guy's face looked terrifying. I was like,
Light and dark is so very thin. Do you know which side you're on?
fucking what?
A side should always be taken. Even if it's the wrong side.
We're building Destiny's future today, right inside of Destiny 2. It starts with Beyond Light coming this fall.
It's going to continue with the next major expansion, the Witch Queen, and Lightfall is going to kind of drive this all to a moment. These three releases represent this new era in Destiny. These eras began really in 2014 with that era of light where players entered Destiny for the first time. They were resurrected. They went to the tower. They learned about the things the children were scared of. And, we exited that era when we became Guardians.
We are now coming out of an era of loss of our powers, one of our mentors, our innocence, and soon we will be entering an era of darkness. And if it's not clear, we are all in on Destiny 2.
Last year, we laid out a vision for the game that we wanted to build the definitive action MMO, place it in an awesome evolving world that you can play anytime, anywhere with your friends. We are still completely committed to this ambitious vision, and we're going to continue reaching to deliver it in Destiny 2. And to be clear, listen, I'm sure over here in the Twitch chat, there's some mix of Salt and Space Dad. We haven't gotten everything right out of the gate. For example, we've already begun working on changes that we're going to make to our seasonal model in year 4 to get a bunch of the FOMO that's in the game right now out of it. And this is a response not only to your feedback, but just, we took it in the wrong direction. You can lay that at me. We're also working on things like transmog, and that's going to be an experience that means armor is kind of always valuable to you because it can always represent a look for you to chase. And we've got a bunch of other improvements to the experience that we're working on. Things like the quest log's going to get another awesome revision. We've got small touches, a oft requested one. And I think when we started Beyond Light, this was one that I made to Mike Zach
getting a dark title screen back in Destiny so that the white heat of the title screen doesn't light up your entire apartment at 2 a.m.
God!
So there are the small features, but then there's also some big features, and maybe one of the biggest is next generation support.
I think one of the most exciting things we're going to talk about is
next gen support.
The game's going to run at 60 frames per second and 4K resolution.
We're also really happy to say that whatever content you already own or will own in Destiny 2 will come with you to your next generation console of choice at no extra charge. On PlayStation, you'll be able to upgrade to PlayStation 5.
Holy fuck!
And on Xbox, we will support smart delivery, also for free. In plain English, this means if you own Destiny 2 expansion
slam
content
dunk
on those platforms,
that's a slam
now
dunk,
or in the future, or by Beyond Light in September, you can keep playing on the same family consoles for free without buying the expansions again. We think that's going to be awesome. And you don't have to worry about busting up your friends list either, because we're going to support intergenerational crossplay within each console platform ecosystem as well. This means that if your brother's playing on PS4 and your sister's playing on PS5, all three of you can play together. And we're going to do the same thing in the Xbox ecosystem. This year we're focused on intergenerational play. Hopefully next year we can finally do the thing and get them all playing together in the same ecosystem.
Yes. So Shadowkeep was cool, and Shadowkeep brought back the moon and upgraded and enhanced it. And so we brought a destination out of the vault and, spruced it up, and that's where you got to play. We're not doing that with this fall's destination, Europa. It's a brand new place you've never been before. And both the Witch
such a
Queen
slam
and
dunk.
Lightfall are going to also include brand new, never before seen destinations. These expansions will stretch out across the timeline. That's going to bring much anticipated enemies to the forefront and hopefully deliver some twists, turns, drama that we don't think anyone's going to see coming.
But to deliver these big content beats each and every year and keep building on top of our seasonal experiences while making technological leaps forward, we also need to make some big changes to the way we treat some of our older legacy content.
The stuff that maybe is getting a little long in the tooth that you're not really looking at and playing anymore. You're not.
Destiny 2 is a huge game. We have 9 destinations, 40 story missions, 54 adventures, 42 lost sectors, 17 strikes.
I want to know where this
PvP
is
maps,
going.
7 raids, and hundreds of game systems that layer on top of that. I could go on, and I probably screwed up one of those numbers. The fact is, the game is too large to efficiently update and maintain. We're on track to be like 115 gigabytes on PlayStation alone, and our updates to the game are huge, and we're starting to reach the limits of our ability to patch.
We don't want to start over from scratch and build a sequel. And in order to make a sequel, we would have to stop supporting Destiny 2. Like, it would effectively go dark.
We talk about a single evolving world, not multiple evolving worlds, but a single evolving world. And we don't want people to have to start over. We don't want to have that loss of continuity with our game systems and our communities and all the players together.
We don't want to put another number on the box. So instead, here's our plan. Each year, just as a new expansion comes out, we're going to cycle older, less actively played activity and destination content out of the live game and into what we're calling the Destiny Content Vault, the DCV. Moving content into this
sounded
vault
very
is gonna
proud of that
allow us to
acronym.
add support for D2 for years, including Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and Lightfall. This vault is also going to allow us to take content from Destiny 1, do some work on it, get it ready to come back into the Destiny 2 ecosystem. So we're not just going to be taking stuff away, we're also going to be going into the classic vault and kind of bringing some stuff back or unvaulting activity and destination content each year.
Thinking about the greatest hits of Destiny, right? Like, what are the new tracks we can lay down? What's something from the past that was like pretty cool that could be made even better if it existed today? And what does that look like?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of awesome stuff that the team has built over the 6 years. 6 years of making Destiny, and that Destiny 2 players totally have missed out on. Like later this year, Destiny 1's Cosmodrome is coming back this fall as a selectable destination. Its 3 strikes are also going to come back during Season 12 and Season 13, and part of the awesome thing here is a bunch of players haven't played Sepix. Sepix was the strike from the beta way back in like summer 2014.
Sepix Tank Prime, dude?
The oldest,
Like the definitive like original strike that we felt like hit the right notes.
Yeah,
in Destiny 1, right? And we left all that behind when we made Destiny 2.
Is that for
And we're saying,
free?
like,
Did
we
they
don't
say
wanna
that
do
or not?
again. Well, let's not do that again, but let's also reach into the past and like bring it into the present.
There's a lot of great content in our past, and maybe this year we'll see a
They haven't
classic
said
raid
free.
come back. I think it'd be pretty amazing this year to see the Vault of Glass kind of unvaulted and returned in front of players. Like, I can imagine things like champion Praetorians instead of just regular Praetorians, and kind of updating it slightly to the modern context, but still preserving that like classic feel.
This fall when the expansion comes out, not only are we going to be bringing back Cosmodrome and adding Europa, but we're going to look at some of that content that's been in the game for a long time, that's been free, that isn't actively played, and that's when some of that is going to be vaulted.
Well, after the show, we're going to have a much more in-depth article that you can read on our plans.
They made it sound like it was free content that'll be cycled out. So I assume it's free content cycled in, but
approach and what it means for the game this year and for the game going forward. We're also going to be conducting a bunch of interviews to answer your big questions, and we will continue the conversation with coverage in our ongoing This Week at Bungie community conversations, as well as there will be a bunch of player support and DPS articles about this all summer long.
Great.
We've placed a bunch of bets on the Destiny Cosmic board, whether it's the Traveler waking up, whether it's the Stranger dissolving after telling you, there's so much more to explore out there. And so we're going to start to bring a bunch of these threads home. And
I'm so happy about that.
The beginning of those threads.
Biggest complaint with Destiny's story is that.
Season of Arrivals.
All right. What's this season about?
The Almighty has been reduced to smoldering
Skyrim.
And with allies like Rasputin, who can stop us?
I can't believe you said that, Zavala. You're a fucking idiot. How? I still can't believe he said those words.
From Titan to Mercury, their shadow reaches.
Is their message a warning? A trick? We can't know until we hear their words for ourselves. Did they just shut off Rasputin? You bring weapons. You will not need them. We offer only truth.
The darkness reached out.
That was Io.
But something interferes. The witch sister of the taken king, Savathun.
There's a new dungeon?
We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
That's a taken grenade launcher?
Prepare yourself, Guardian. This battle is not over.
This season. That's happening now.
So that's the season of Arrivals, and it starts any minute now at 10 a.m. Pacific.
So today, we looked at a bunch of stuff.
Yeah!
We talked about the Destiny
we did,
content
Luke.
vault. We looked into the past to see kind of how we got to where we are today. We looked into the far future with the Witch Queen and Lightfall. And we also talked about Beyond Light, which is the beginning of a new era in Destiny 2. And if pre-ordering's kind of your thing, like the pre-orders are going to go live today. Like if you're interested, there's some sweet bonuses, and that's kind of the summary of the show.
If you're excited about the start of Beyond Light and where we're headed, the season of Arrivals, it's kind of like a prelude.
I saw that Boltcaster too.
So we encourage you to get in and play.
There's one more thing I totally forgot. So today at 5 p.m. Pacific, we're going to launch a brand new dungeon called Prophecy. Prophecy is a dungeon that involves the Nine, and that's kind of like all I'm going to say about it, because there's a little bit of business to get to with it, and then we'll wrap. But it's got a brand new set of armor for you to chase. It's got some classic armor for you to chase. It's going to be at a really high power level, which means it's like a solid day's work plus a little bit of skill to summit that mountain.
It's free for all players.
It's free for all players. And we're going to show you a trailer in just a second. If you don't want to see anything from the dungeon, just click the little red X, or get up and go make an omelet, and then come back, and the stream will be over, and you can play Season of Arrivals in Destiny 2. And I think that's the business side, right? We're there. We've handled everything.
I think it's the time to say thank you all for tuning in and giving us your time today, and just for playing Destiny and being part of this amazing community.
It has, and it will continue to be a journey. On behalf of everyone at Bungie, please, please, please stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.
The suckcast forever. Is it going to be like a revamped Trials of the Nine armor set? Because I'm fucking all about that. That's awesome music. It's fine. Ah, it's the Dido armor. Hunters look badass right there. Probably the best. Dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. So are we, I don't know if we're done. I assume so. Oh my lord. I'll go ahead and hop in Discord. Gamer.
Hello, gamer.
Hey, we found 3. We did it. It's so loud! Alright, sorry, Chad.
How are you?
Dude, I cannot believe what, like...
I can't.
Okay. Alright.
I can't.
Chat, cards on the table.
Oh, I'm just Luke Smith. I'm gonna casually just throw cards on the table. Don't
Yeah,
mind me.
I just don't.
Fucking just throwing cards everywhere all over the table. Oh, I dropped cards on the table. Sorry.
Like, dude, they just like, he just like, zip. Just slapping big dick on the table, just waving it around. Like,
oh my god, dude. Fucking time walking in Destiny 2 for raids.
I don't even want, start from like what we know for stuff that's this year, right?
All right,
today we have a new dungeon. There's like, hey, it's out in like 7 hours. Have fun. Go enjoy it. It's great.
It's based on the 9.
Yep.
So we're gonna learn more about the 9 probably. Dido Foundry armor is in the dungeon. That's what
yeah, so it has an armor set, which was a big complaint about the other ones.
Yeah.
Look, to me, it looked like that Taken at the end there, Thunder crashed in.
It did. We have the new public events today as well, right?
Yeah, so we have the Arrival public events where it's gonna be that. What's up, Baltimore?
Hey, what's up?
We're talking about how big Luke Smith's dick is. You want to talk about that?
Dude, so large.
They just bring me back in 30 minutes like that.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for them to say what the next 3 big
expansions Dude, I wasn't either. I was like, cool. They're gonna like show like next season pass, right? But then it said 2021, and I'm like, that's not that. And then 2022.
Are you feeling erect right now? Because
I'm at full mass and then some.
I can't. The cherry, dude. I didn't expect the fucking Cosmodrome coming back with the missions and the strikes and Vault of Glass next year.
Everything outside of them giving us the name of the expansion and this current season stuff blew me away because I wasn't expecting any of that.
Yeah. There's also confirmed no Destiny 3. They're gonna stick with Destiny 2 till the end of time.
Forever, yep.
And it seems like they figure out a way to take care of their tech debt behind like how big the game is getting by cycling things in and out. Like it seems like they've really thought it out. And that makes me really happy because they explained all of their reasoning as far as I understood it. So it's like, okay, I understand why we might have to lose, let's say, like Mercury for a little while to bring in the Cosmodrome, you know?
Not Mercury.
But like it's they're not being reductive. It's not like they're just taking things away just take things away. They're doing their best to replace them, which is like kind of the big problem I would say with Destiny is a lot of the times it feels like, you know, they don't do that. They'll take things away and then not replace them with like new and fun things to do. You know, you see that with weapons where it's like, you like here's the new like kill clip outlaw thing you want to farm, but it's like the same gun, you know, so it's not really any different. So I'm excited.
Yeah. So it says like they're kind of going away from like the whole FOMO feel, but if they're vaulting things, like, but things are around for a while. Like, if they're bringing back Vault to Glass, will it be vaulted again, and will that gear just be gone?
I feel like it's one of those things to where if it's around for a year, is it really FOMO? Like when they give you ample time,
true enough, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's like the big question. I'm sure some people are going to say they want it permanently, and anything they remove is FOMO. But I think that, you know, doing an entire year or even like 9 months where you can farm out a raid enough times, it's fine. I'm curious if they're going to change how like progression and item acquisition works to make it a little more friendly, you know, kind of like MMOs do, where I'm assuming WoW is like this way, but in 14, like when you raid, you'll get like, you'll beat a boss and you'll get a coffer, and it's like you get like a belt, and then you can go talk to somebody and you can select which belt you want. I wonder if Bungie's ever going to do that for some of their systems.
I think if they were to do that, that might be more if they decide to have like multiple gear sets with like different stat distributions on it.
Yeah, that would probably require them
So,
making
like,
stats a lot more interesting.
You get like a raid set that specializes in like discipline, or a raid that specializes in strength or intellect, and then like you get that gear token. You go to the main NPC vendor.
Chat, thank you for all the resubs and subs. I'm currently gushing over here. I'll thank you later, okay? I love you. Kiss.
Strength glove, or these intellect gloves, or these discipline gloves, and then you get that raid set from the with that stat priority on it. But you guys see the new swords?
You mean my fucking dank drinker coming back, man?
Dude.
Yep.
Y'all ready?
The
Y'all ready to so everyone's been talking about this season, like everyone's been doing Grandmaster Nightfalls and stuff like that by using swords. Like imagine having a good one. Like imagine having a good sword and doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, spin to win.
I'm blown away. The update's not out yet, right?
No, we gotta. It'll be out. I think the game goes down in 4 minutes, and then we'll have the update pop up during that time.
I just I can't, man. I didn't. Luke said we weren't prepared, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. But wow.
You said that before, Luke, and we were kind of prepared.
No, I said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Still can't get over the whole Cosmodrome
Do
thing.
you want to talk about crossing a certain line that in like the fall? Maybe.
Talk about stasis?
Talking about stasis?
Yeah.
We talk about stasis?
Yeah, I mean, we already saw Eris get a taste of the stasis, but we didn't know what it was. You remember when she touched the thing and then her orb got the stasis effect on it? We had no
I
idea what that
forgot
was
about that entirely. You're right.
Yeah.
it was very
Totally forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
News from Deej.
Stranger says, "Fuck your timelines and coming back." Oh yeah, isn't Dr. Lupo doing a thing right now?
Doing an interview right now.
Yeah, he's doing a Q&A.
Yeah. So so what's being vaulted? Titan is being vaulted, and Mercury is being vaulted. Our locations and the director will be Europa, Cosmodrome, Moon, Tangled Shore, Dreaming City, European Dead Zone, and Nessus. So IO is fucking off as well.
Rip.
We're losing IO and Titan and Mercury.
I wonder what that's going to mean for something like the Whisper mission. Like they said that they're going to be having like a butt ton of stuff in the coming weeks where they're going to be dissecting everything. But I'm curious if they're going to like, I don't know, because I think the big part of the size is like architecture, and you know I don't think you can have the Whisper mission without loading all of IO unless you can select it from the director now, and then you load into that specific area.
Like it's just cut out, like isolated from everything.
Like
else.
you basically start where you drop in from the Lost Sector. I could see that being a thing because then you don't need IO for that. You could just get it completely out of the game.
Just set up the darkness wall to prevent players from going back, and you're golden.
The Witch Queen, man.
I was not ready for that at all.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then it seems like do you want to talk about the fact that Siva is on Europa apparently?
Really? No, that's it's salt under the ground. It's red salt.
Oh, is it red salt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a common occurring thing in real life as well.
I thought
it's like episode 8 of Star Wars.
Some of the Fallen had like the Siva triangles on them, or like the general triangle shape.
That I have no idea about.
I guess that's just based on like the stasis effect. The stasis.
Gunny only has one thing on his brain, and it's disgusting. It's Siva.
Siva.
So yeah, we get Devil's Lair and Fallen Saber Strikes back during season 13. Huh.
I wonder if we're gonna get the strike loot from it, like that sniper.
I don't know. It's a good question.
He's sick.
The new director looks really clean.
Where's is this being shown on Lupo stream?
It's a blog post.
So it looks like.
Where is the blog post at? Just 'cause I don't know where it's at.
I'm looking on Twitter right now. So it looks like Lightfall is going to be the start of the climax for Destiny, like the universe.
Maybe. I'm curious if they like have a definitive endpoint that they're working towards now.
Because like that's what it sounded like, anyways. Listening to Luke Smith talk about it, is that it sounded like 2022 is going to be the start of the end.
So thought, what if the Destiny locations are a seasonal thing? Because couldn't Venus, couldn't it come back when VOG hits?
Absolutely.
That is true.
When they were talking about that, it made me feel like they were going to be removing full destination sets off the map, reworking them, and then reintroducing them new later, so that the world feels like it's involving more.
I almost wonder if they might go one step further and be like, hey, you're gonna be able to do all the story missions on Venus. You'll be able to do all the
it'd be wild.
X, Y, or Z on each destination.
I'm excited for the season of hide and go seek.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, please.
Please.
Yes, please.
The season of sardines.
The season of sardines.
If they bring back King's Fall, I'll lose my fucking mind. I cannot believe.
Well, they're going to, Ben. Like, there's no way they don't.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
there's really
I
no way
can't
they
believe. I guess I can't believe because, like, not only did they hit all of the stuff where I was like, if they're not going to do this, this is going to not work. But then they announced the next 2 years of content. They announced they're going to be storytelling up to the Savathun raid. They announced they're bringing back old content, intergenerational crossplay, 4K 60 on new consoles. It's fucking insane.
And they said they're working towards full crossplay next year.
Yep.
Yeah, and full crossplay most likely next year. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm really happy they worded it as they are working towards it, because it means that if things aren't working out with like the platforms themselves, that like they're not boning themselves in case for some reason Sony's like, you know what, fuck you, Microsoft, I'm gonna go fuck yourself, and then they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And then all the ire gets sent towards the companies, rather.
Yeah. Then Bungie could be like, you blame Sony.
Bungie's like, Sony, you activated my trap card. Destiny 2 Salt.
And then they get, Reggie Fils-Aimé on there, and he's like, this is the guy who really
Our world
caused the
first going to
problems.
have to defend their titles. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a returning raid is still a returning raid.
Yeah.
We still killed Oryx first, chat. Tough titties.
Oh my god.
That's unfortunate
our
for you.
Bad though. That started a whole thing that we didn't. There's no way we could have known, really.
I was just filled with bloodlust and rage the whole time, so we didn't talk it out before we went in the raid. We were just talking about how much we wanted him to die. Oh.
Yeah, while wearing his son's skin. It was a whole thing.
It was a
It's honestly a
God.
little
We used his
What an
his
awesome
son's
moment.
skin, his son's ship, like everything his son.
Oh yeah.
I want to play the game.
I guess there's a dungeon tonight.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I
don't know
told
what
Amy
level's
that
gonna be.
she's not gonna see me until like 2 a.m.
Dude, I'll be right there with you.
Ooh, what's this new director, Teawrex? Did you manage to pull that up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
under,
on the
sick.
the blog post they have.
The bloggy post.
God, that is clean. Oh, that's so smart. They have a bigger Earth with the two separate. Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
smart.
really clean looking. Blair Witch the game,
Luke
dude.
Smith said the stranger's ghost is not a ghost. Won't elaborate. Well, where she comes from, the darkness one. So,
yeah, it's not a ghost.
Since there have been parallels made that like the Drifter is taking the role of like Oryx as like the Taken King. I wonder if that screenshot where it shows like Drifter, the Stranger, and Eris, like they're gonna be the three main people that help us against like the other worm gods.
I would say they're the three people who have touched like that dark power, which I guess they're calling stasis, but like the Drifter has because of his fucking ghost and his situation on that icy world from forever ago. Eris because Eris. And then the Stranger because of where she's been traveling. I'm sure she's seen it. She knows, right?
Well,
so
she's clearly from another
from a
time
different
period.
Yeah.
Dude, she's vibing. She's vibing through time. Fighting the darkness with
She
vibes.
said "fuck you" to Luke Smith's canon, and she's back.
I was really happy they did the "I can finally explain" meme. That made me happy.